Tim, the team leader from Texas. Hey, son. How was the camping trip? It was awesome, Dad. I had a lot of fun with my friends. Tell me all about it. What did you do? How was the place you stayed at? Was it cold at night? Well, while you were out on your business trip, Mom dropped me off at the campsite. She spoke with Terrence, our team leader, and made sure I have everything I need for the week-long camp. Was it for a whole week? That's a long camping trip, son. I think it was just right, Dad. I met a lot of new friends. We were divided into 4 groups. Each group had 6 members, 5 campers, and their team leader. Terrence was our team leader. He knows a lot about camping and surviving in the wild. We learned a lot from him. So, tell me, what did you do on the first day? We went to our quarters where we put our luggage and got to meet our team members. Jose, Jamal, Liam, and Ben were on my team. They came from different cities, and this was their first time going out camping. Jose likes to play computer games. However, we are not allowed to play computer games while on camp, but we had fun chatting about his favorite games. All of us talked about our favorite computer games. I learned about new games I never played before. Yeah, I am sure everyone plays computer games these days. Did you tell them you like to play chess, son? I did, Dad. The games they like to play are more action than strategy. Maybe I can try some of these games sometime. Sure, son. What else did you talk about? It was not only about computer games, was it? No, Dad. Jamal likes to play basketball. He was the tallest in the group. He suggested we can form a team to play against the other groups on the campsite. Liam likes to play the saxophone. He brought it with him, so he can play it for us. The camp allows music instruments. Ben likes to paint. He told us he will paint the group and some of our activities. He is good at it. Nice, son. So you got to know each other. What did you do the rest of the day? We had lunch. Then we met with the other groups. Each group got together with their leader and talked about the plan for the week ahead. Evening came, so we went back to our quarters and went to sleep. Next morning, we woke up early to go fishing. Each group went on its own boat. Terrence gave us instructions on how to handle the fishing rod and the fish hook in case it got entangled. He also showed us how to put the bait on the hook and throw the line. I thought it was enough to just throw the line in the water and wait. However, the fish did not seem interested if I did not draw the line. When I did, the fish followed and wanted to catch the worm. I caught a fish, Dad. I also learned a lesson from the fishing trip. Did Terrence teach you that lesson, son? No, Dad. I was thinking why the fish was not interested in a fish hook with a dead worm on it. Then I learned that fish likes live bait. If we use dead bait, we have to make it interesting for the fish. So, standing and doing nothing is not helpful. We have to be active and do something to make things happen. I also learned how to be patient and quiet. Some of my team members were chatty. They kept talking and scaring the fish away. I told Terrence, and he told the other guys to be quiet while fishing so as not to scare the fish away. They became quiet a bit, then went back to talking. It's frustrating, Dad. I know, son. People are different, and this is something to expect. Your team leader can keep reminding your teammates not to be loud so they can catch good-sized fish. He did, Dad. They listen for some time, then go back to talking. I don't know, maybe it is difficult for some to be quiet for a long time. It is, son. Not everyone is good at self-discipline. What is that, Dad? It's self-control, son. Being able to be quiet when that is necessary, or walk fast when that is needed, or listen when someone is talking. It takes practice to control ourselves, son, and the feedback we get from a group leader is very helpful. It tells us what we are doing wrong without realizing it. Anyway, Dad, we finished fishing and went back to the camp. The chef cooked the fish we caught. It was delicious. Nothing beats fresh fish, son, especially wild-caught fish. What did you do the next day? We went on an outdoor camping trip. That was for 3 days. We took our tents, sleeping bags and food and headed to the woods. Terrence was good at finding out where we were using the map and the compass. Oh, he did not use his phone. No, Dad. He said it is good to learn how to find your way like the old days, because if you lost your phone or cannot charge it anymore, you can find your way home using a map and a compass. That makes sense, son. Did he show you how to do that? Yes, Dad. We matched the north on the map compass with the north on the compass he was carrying, and that showed us how to hold the map and match it to the terrain we were on. We also matched the features around us with what we had on the map, like the close-by river. We knew exactly where we were. We walked for about an hour in the woods until we arrived at the campgrounds. Then we set the tents up. Terrence did not want each one of us to do it alone. He wanted us to work together to build each tent. We built 6 tents total, 1 for each person. The other groups were not very far away. We could hear them from our location. Teamwork makes things easier and faster, son. Terrence is a good leader. He is, Dad. After we set the tents up, we went on a trail hike for about 2 hours. We saw many white-tailed deer, some with antlers and others without. Terrence told us that the males have antlers but not females. We also saw snapping turtles, a snake, and a lot of other wild animals. Terrence wanted us to practice how to be a team leader, so I asked to be first. Ben wanted to be first. I didn't mind since I will be a team leader later. Ben started bossing everyone around, telling us to go right, then left, without asking us where we wanted to go. That is one style of leadership, son. Some leaders just tell people what to do and where to go without asking for their opinion. Did Terrence interfere? No, Dad. He just let Ben lead the way he wanted. What did the other team members do? They just went with it, Dad. They did not say no or ask why. I didn't like that, but when I saw everyone quiet, I just followed. After the hike was over, we were back at the camp base. We had lunch and Terrence asked me to take leadership. I wanted to show my team how leadership should be, so I gathered them in a circle and asked them what activities they would like to do in the evening. They said they wanted to light a fire and roast marshmallows and make s'mores. I thought that was a great idea, so I divided the group into 2 teams. Jamal and Liam were tasked with getting the firewood. Jose, Ben, and I prepared the fire pit and prepared dinner with Terrence's help. Did the team like the idea of dividing the work, or did they want to do everything together? I think they were okay with it, Dad. It was a nice evening. We roasted delicious s'mores on the campfire, and Liam played the saxophone. That was nice. I want to learn how to play the saxophone too, Dad. It is an easy instrument to use and makes nice music. Sure thing, son. One thing about meeting others is you get to know what they like, which might interest you too. What did you do the next day? We woke up early. It was a bit chilly in the woods. The plan for the day was to observe wildlife and register what we've seen. We hiked around the woods and saw cougar footprints, but we did not see the cougar. We saw a porcupine with her porcupets. I really wanted to pet them, but their quills are so prickly, and their mom would not allow us to come close. We saw 2 river otters. They are so cute. They were eating fish by the side of the river. We also saw an armadillo. That is an amazing list, son. So, you were walking around and seeing all that? Not exactly, Dad. Terrence gave us instructions on how to walk quietly in the woods so as not to scare wildlife, otherwise everything will run away. We also had to be very quiet. If one of us saw something, we didn't call the rest out loud. We either whispered or just pointed to each other to tell about the presence of something to see. I feel like we blended into nature and became part of it, Dad. We really had to work together and follow these rules, so we could see wildlife in its natural habitat. Did you hunt anything, son? No, Dad. The trip was about observing wildlife, not eating it. We brought food with us, so we didn't need to hunt anything. What did you do in the evening? Since it was a long day walking and listening, we were tired, so I suggested I show my team how to play chess. Jose knows how to play it. The others watched while we played 3 games. We went to sleep early that night. That is very nice, son. Glad you enjoyed your hobby while camping. Any other activities while camping? Yes, Dad. The next day we gathered with the other groups and played games in teams. We played tug-of-war, paintball, SPUD, and pass the water. Tug-of-war taught us how to work together as a team. We beat one other team, and we were beaten by another team. Then was the SPUD from our team, and we won pass the water game. The day was so much fun, Dad. In the evening we all gathered around the campfire, and some camp team leaders told funny or scary stories. I liked the story Terrence told about the fox and the 2 monkeys. Haven't heard that one before, son. What is it about? So, 2 monkeys found a piece of cheese, and they wanted to split it up, but were not sure how to do that evenly, so they asked a fox for help. The fox split the cheese in half and gave each monkey their share. The first monkey said, "Hey, that's not fair. My share is smaller than his." So, the fox took a small bite from the second monkey's cheese. The second monkey cried foul, and said his piece is now smaller than the first monkey's piece. The fox took a small bite from the first monkey's piece. The 2 monkeys kept arguing about the size of their cheese pieces, while the fox was nibbling away at their cheese until nothing was left. Interesting story, son. What did you learn from it? Be smart and don't let someone who wants your stuff to be the judge. I enjoyed the camping trip, Dad. I had a lot of fun. I made new friends and learned how to work with a group as a team member and a team leader. That is very important, son. I am a team leader at my work, and I have to work with different people who have different personalities, attitudes, and abilities. I have to resolve any differences the group has and make sure they stay on task to complete the required work. The group needs to be motivated and supported to finish the work. Many creatures in the wild work as groups too, like wolves who hunt together as a group, or the ants and the bees who gather food and work as a group to protect the colony or hive. Elephants stay together as a group to protect and help each other. Group work is important almost everywhere, son. Whenever there is a group leader, like the queens for bees and ants, the silverback for gorillas, the bull elephant for a herd of elephants, and the alpha male wolf who takes care of the whole pack. What do you learn from these animal group leaders, Dad? A lot, son. A team leader should know his team members very well. Usually work needs to be divided among the team members, so I need to know who can do what and how fast. When we meet as a team, some are outspoken and some don't speak much, so I have to give everyone the chance to speak, which is challenging sometimes. When a team member leaves, it is not easy to find someone who will fit right back in the group. Working with teams is challenging and fun at the same time, son. Tim enjoyed telling his dad what happened on the camping trip, and he learned a lot about working in teams. That evening Tim had a dream, and next morning he woke his dad up to tell him what he saw. Dad, I had a dream last night. I was the leader of a pack of wolves. Good morning, son. Did I hear you right? You were the leader of a pack of wolves? Yes, Dad. We were out hunting for the whole pack, and we found a herd of elk. We drove it into a narrow pass and made it run very fast. We were able to catch the slowest one. The whole pack was happy. We worked together on the hunt. That is what I call teamwork, son. I hope you become a team leader. I hope so too, Dad. Can't wait.